Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is set to begin offering services to users in Japan. The move comes more than 4 months after Binance acquired a local exchange known as Sakura Exchange Bitcoin, or SEBC, for an undisclosed amount. I assume it was over $1 billion. The Japanese cryptocurrency exchange is registered with the Japanese Financial Services Agency, JFSA. According to Japanese local media, Sakura Exchange announced the latest development earlier today. SEBC plans to terminate all services on their platform and launch a new service under the name, you guessed it, Binance Japan, after June of this year. The firm will disclose other details related to the launch in the coming days. The way that it usually works, works kind of everywhere, is that as a company, Binance, who's trying to get a license in a country, Japan, normally it would take a number of years to be able to do so. You have to file out paperwork, you have to make sure that you have all the things correctly, you have to hire lawyers and go through this whole process. One of the easier ways of circumventing having to do this is you simply purchase a company who already has all the paperwork. Ta-da! Yes, how it normally works in the stock market as well, or anywhere, like I said, like anywhere else. If you're trying to get a foothold in a country or a company or a space, you simply purchase someone who already has what you already want. So cool. Once again, reiterating, it appears that Asia is going to have a very easy time dominating the cryptocurrency market over the course of the next, dare I say, 18 months or so, as we're only continuously getting very good news out of Asia. All of the Asian countries that previously before made it seem like they didn't like cryptocurrencies, they now all have cryptocurrency regulations. Binance continues to open up tons of offices all over the place because that's just what Binance does. It says Binance to commence operations in Japan starting June. And that's also something else, but that also ties loosely into it. That's the Binance is going to open up in Japan in June news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, and an announcement made by Binance, obviously, the cryptocurrency exchange with the largest trading volume. They unveiled their latest staking product known as Wrapped Beacon Ethereum, or WBETH, which is a name. This new addition to Binance's staking solution is built on the Ethereum network, joining the ranks of other competing liquid staking products such as Lido, Coinbase, Rocket Pool, and Frax. That's another Frax. Why would you name it that? Liquid staking products based on Ethereum have been gaining popularity over the past 2 years, according to a website known as Defilama. Okay, metrics. As of writing, there are over 8.2 million Ether, worth several billion, locked into liquid staking derivatives. A staggering 47% of these assets are either held by Lido Finance, the current leader in the space. For those of you who don't know what liquid staking is, so you know how like we just got the Ethereum upgrade that allows people to unstake their coins. The issue is, one, it takes a while to unstake it. It is in a queue form, a line. Is a first come, first served when it comes to destaking. We've gone over that before. For those of you who missed it, people who are trying to restake, who recently got into staking in general, it will take them a while to put their money out. And I believe, I don't know, I think there's also a light delay when it comes to staking as well as far as rewards. However, with liquid staking, the idea is that you put it into a protocol that I believe mimics the motion of actually staking, and instead of having to wait to take your Ether out, you get an equivalent of the Ether. So this would be a wrapped Ether, if you will. This is why it's called WB Ether, wrapped beacon Ether, so that when you do decide to take your coins out of it, you are more liquid than having to actually wait in the queue. So therefore, you would be able to say unstake, and you would get the wrapped beacon Ether instead of the actual Ether, and then you would simply take the wrapped Ether and you would swap that back into Ether. So there's one more transfer step, but you get your money liquidly as opposed to having to wait weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Coinbase's wrapped Ether product comes in a second with $2.19 billion locked, followed by Rocket Pool, Frax, and Stakewise. Binance has revealed that it has created 2 contracts for its new wrapped BETH token, one for the Binance Smart Chain and one for Ethereum itself. The token will be available for trading on Binance from Thursday. There we go. With the Binance US dollar, Ethereum, and Tether trading pairs. So once you have gotten your liquid, this is kind of the smartest way of doing it. Because the idea is that for a proof of stake network, you want the coins to remain in the network because that is what's securing and validating transactions on the network. If everyone takes all their coins out at the exact same time, well, guess what? The entire thing goes belly up. So in order to keep things liquid and the network moving, you allow people to stake, but you give them an equivalent amount of what they would have gotten from their rewards early, so that when the actual rewards do come out of the machine, they're simply given to Binance. So you receive yours early, they receive what you would have received later on. It says starting on the 27th of April, users will be able to create wrapped beacon ETH by depositing 1 Ether and vice versa. Each wrapped beacon ETH token will accrue ETH staking rewards daily. Wow. And according with the daily APR on daily staking sounds really nice. I'm going to have to look into that. Stated Binance. Additionally, to support the daily updates of the BETH and WBETH conversion rate, the wrap and unwrapping functions will be temporarily paused each day at a designated time. I guess just to make sure that things are actually working correctly and they aren't too askew. Cool. That's the Binance is launching wrapped beacon Ether staking on their platform to make it easier for everyone. Because the idea, so one, the platform I plan on using still has not formally announced their actual Ethereum staking like I had hoped. However, and I kind of sat there and I was like, I don't mind receiving my money every now and again or whatever, as long as I know that there is money being accrued. But liquidly, being able to get money every day, that sounds quite attractive. That's the wrapped BETH news on Ethereum, Binance news. And yeah, let's move on. You don't have to lie. I mean, we can find the numbers. Marshall Hayner, the CEO of the financial services company Metallicus, and the board member of the Dogecoin Foundation, in a recent interview with Fox Business reporter Eleanor Terrett, argued against the U.S. SEC's classification of Dogecoin as a security. I also don't think that Dogecoin is really a security. If we can have explicit information that Elon Musk is not part of the Dogecoin Foundation or a board member, then his tweets are simply just, gas and hot air that happen to move the coin's price. But I think classifying it as a security is a little... First of all, anyway, I have my own ideas on that. Interestingly, Hayner showcased that Dogecoin wasn't directed towards amassing huge sums of money. Yeah, it was made as a meme. Rather, Jackson Palmer and Billy Marcus, the founders of the coin, have been using Dogecoin for smaller scale activities like purchasing pre-owned cars, fancy, organizing parties, etc. I don't understand what organizing parties and getting pre-owned cars has to do with Dogecoin not being a security, but you're right. Also, he added that the meme coin, when compared to other cryptocurrencies, doesn't own a Genesis wallet or a large central pool of funds. While elaborating on his arguments, Hayner compared Dogecoin with Bitcoin. Okay, slow down, buddy. Pointing out that the former is a fork of the latter. Thus, he confirmed that as Bitcoin isn't categorized as a security, Dogecoin should neither be considered. I don't know if that's proper English. And there's also some around here. There's like a little quote. More so, this is the big shebang. He stressed the decentralized nature of Dogecoin, arguing that Dogecoin is even more decentralized than Bitcoin. You know exactly where this is going. I mean, if you've watched this channel before, I'm a numbers-driven person. So upon the news of hearing that, someone went on television and announced openly that Dogecoin was more decentralized than Bitcoin. You know, here we go. So for those of you not looking at the screen, according to a website called What is Dogecoin website, okay, there are currently 1,803 nodes running on an older version of Dogecoin, and 251 are running on the latest version. Awesome. So let's see, that is 2,054 nodes. Cool numbers. 2,054 nodes that Dogecoin has. For those of you not looking at the screen, this is from a website called BitNodes. BitNodes says that there are currently 45,338 nodes verifying Bitcoin. Once again, there are 2,000 nodes on Dogecoin, and there are 45,000 for Bitcoin. I'm not sure if people know numbers, but one is higher than the other, thus constituting that one is more decentralized than the other. If you're not looking at the screen once again, apparently there are now 4 million Dogecoin wallets. Over 4 million people own at least one Dogecoin within their cryptocurrency wallets. However, the largest percentage of this coin belongs to a selection of Dogecoin major holders. Wow. Around 106 billion doggy coins, or 82%. 82% of Dogecoin is held by 535 people. I'm going to make sure that you all heard that in plain English once again. There are less than 550 people, the number is 535 people on the planet, who own and control 82% of all the Dogecoin. 4 million wallets. On the other side, for those of you not looking at the screen, this is a metric from 2022, when there were, and I assume that there are more than now, there are 85 million, 85 million Bitcoin wallets. So you got 85 million to 4 million. One is higher than the other. And there are 535 people who control 82% of Bitcoin. Now, of Dogecoin. But hear me out here. We have gone over news before that there are a lot of billionaires and millionaires out there who hold large amounts of Bitcoin as well. So I would even dare to say there are probably roughly around, I would give it a good 5,000 people who probably are also holding a large majority of Bitcoin. But if you remember, one of my theses, that is the plural of theses, is the idea that the early holders who have the most coins were the people who paid attention the most at the very beginning. At some point, Ethereum was 30 cents a coin, and there are a lot of people who bought a whole bunch of them. Now that the fact that Ethereum is near 2,000, they bought early. They're holding on to their coins because, you get the idea. So anyway, I like news like this because it's easily debunked quite quickly. While Dogecoin mathematically is, yes, decentralized, there's no, confusion there. If you have more than one node, you're doing pretty good. If you have 2,000 nodes across the planet, well, guess what, buddy boy? You are decentralized, but more decentralized than Bitcoin, you are not. That's the Dogecoin is not as decentralized as Bitcoin, but it's still up there news, especially for a meme, golf clap. For a meme, having 2,000 nodes validating your network, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Let's move on. Also listen, I've heard a lot of nonsense in my day, and I just want the truth at this point. The U.S. House Financial Services Committee and the House of Agriculture Committee House of Agriculture, that's how bad things have gotten, will be putting together legislation to oversee the crypto sector in the next 2 months. Why am I skeptical? Because, we have heard this before, that there would be cryptocurrency regulations in the US, and there still are not any. More so, we have heard that the only people who were allowed to give crypto regulations is the SEC, and as they still not have done so, skepticism. After holding a joint public hearing starting in May, this was said by Representative Patrick McHenry, chair of the House Financial Services Committee. When asked about whether such a bill could be signed by Joe Biden in the next 12 months, McHenry told a crowd at CoinDesk's Consensus 2023 event, he said yes. The key lawmaker was quick to provide a rider? Okay. That it's always a challenge to legislate something new into existence. He said, we plan to do over the next 2 months a report a deal out, McHenry said. He added that the bill would address both securities and commodity regimes and issues that are hard to fix on either side. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's a large figurehead in the cryptocurrency space, the other panelist during the session, said she looked forward to coordinating those efforts with McHenry, adding that the U.S. House of Representatives had a better chance with the Senate at getting legislation through earlier. She said if the House moves first on crypto, it would improve our chances in the Senate. I want to believe, very much so. I sincerely want to believe that this is going to actually become a thing. If we could completely circumvent the SEC, all engines go. We would be in a brand new world when it came to cryptocurrency prices. But as it stands right now, or at least the last thing that we heard, the U.S. needs to get their, $900 trillion worth of debt under control first. I know it's not that high, but, it sounds like a realistic number. And also the other part, it has to go through multiple channels. Isn't it like the Senate, then Congress, then Beyonce, and then there's another person who also has to sign a piece of paper as well. So, yeah, it would be great if this actually went through. Things have gotten to a certain point where, and I say this lightly, when the issue becomes bipartisan and everyone is we really need to get this going now, because I'm sure there's so many people in the House, in the garden, in the Congress, and the everywhere else who want to make money. They're all into crypto. We've gone over that many other times before. Can you imagine what conversations are people having with Gary Gensler? No one likes him. That's not a joke. No one actually likes him. We've heard him multiple times from people within the U.S., other people in other industries. Apparently no one likes this guy. Imagine this one person is stopping you from making essentially millions of dollars. Literally, one person stopping you from making millions. Are they sending him weird letters? I wonder how they're all dealing with it, because it's, everyone has banded together to form Ultron just to get around. Oh, did anyone watch the Power Rangers thing on Netflix? I mean, just absolutely. You can't see, I'm making motions with my hands as if I'm an Italian chef, but you can't see it. Incredible. Just an absolute avalanche of nostalgia. Just absolutely wonderful. Anyway, that's the U.S. House will have a crypto bill in 2 months. I love the optimism. I truly, truly do. But, corruption and all that. So let's hope it actually ends up going through. That's the U.S. House crypto bill news in 2 months news. Yeah. Let's move on. In slightly cringy, I don't understand where this came from or why he's, Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, claims to hold a way less net worth than reported by some news outlet. So how there's always the Forbes top 100 or the Bloomberg rich people who live in big houses, all those kind of things where they're hey, look how rich this person is. A couple of publications began to report and have been reporting for a while on how rich Brian Armstrong is from Coinbase, and how rich I think Jesse Anderson. I think Jesse Anderson is from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I feel like the guy who runs Kraken, that guy. But now everyone's turned their attention to Changpeng Zhao. Changpeng Zhao is the CEO of Binance. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet by volume and also size, what have you. And therefore, we can assume he's making a pretty penny. But people found numbers, and he came forward. He's like, no, I'm not rich. I'm not that rich, at least what they're saying. I have some money. It's not a lot of money, but I do have some, but I don't have a lot. And it's like, oh, okay. Binance CEO took to Twitter to tell his followers that Bloomberg's latest finance rich list has some inaccuracy regarding his monies. According to Bloomberg's rich list, Changpeng Zhao ranks among the top 3 financial billionaires worldwide. Once again, the top 3 finance billionaires worldwide, holding a net worth estimated at $28.2 billion. He said, numbers all wrong. I don't have anywhere near as much. Don't know why they do this, Changpeng Zhao wrote. He also started his tweet with the number 4, okay, apparently implying that his wealth should be somewhere between Dan Gilbert's $19 billion and Uday Kotak's $13 billion. Oh my gosh, like how terrible. Like you're only worth like $16 billion. That's the worst thing in the entire world. Here's his thing right here. Binance's CEO also mentioned, I guess, guilty conscience, that he never viewed the collapsed FTX crypto exchange as a rival. He said, we welcome more well-run exchanges in the space. I differ to beg. As far as like, I'm pretty certain Changpeng Zhao and everyone else, all of his friends, would probably be quite angry if another crypto exchange became the number 1 exchange over them. So, you have to be nice on the internet. I get that point. But I believe that I previously found information that showed that Binance was trying to get rid of FTX, but that's also my own personal opinion. So this was actually very popular news, if you can believe it. The news being Changpeng Zhao's rich, but not that rich. He's supposed to be worth almost 30 billion, but he's not. He's only worth roughly around like 16 billion. So I guess that's the news that we get now, is that rich people aren't as rich as we think they are, but they can still end world hunger. You know what? It is believed that it only costs $6 billion to end world hunger. That's the Changpeng Zhao news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in like super surprising news, I never thought this would be a thing. On-chain data shows that Bitcoin holders are currently displaying net accumulation behavior as they grow their holdings by 15,000 Bitcoin per month, according to data from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode. These investors were previously aggressively distributing during the bear market lows. The holders, or more formally known as the long-term holders, LTHs, make up a Bitcoin cohort that includes all investors that have been holding on to their coins for at least roughly around half a year. It says 155 days. I had, for the last century, just assumed that a long-term holder was someone over the course of like 3 years. If 155 days is a long-term holder, I have been holding for an eternity, like a literal eternity. That's insane. The long-term holders make up one of 2 main groups in the market. The other cohort is called the short-term holder, logically, and naturally includes anyone who has had their Bitcoin for less than 155 days. Statistically speaking, the longer a holder owns a coin, the less likely they become to sell it off at any point. This means that the long-term holders are the more resolute bunch of groups of the 2 groups when it comes. This is why they are called holders or diamond hands, which is, I still find that term very cringy. So yeah, the news is people who were buying when the price was low are still holding on to it. They're now considered long-term holders, and apparently they are aggressively accumulating 15,000 Bitcoin per month. Think about this. I would love to be a fly on the wall. Not just a normal fly, but like in like a finance office. I want to know what these people talk about or how they do what they do to make sure that they keep the prices of cryptocurrencies low as they're accumulating. This was like a bit of a magic trick a couple of years ago when we had like just found out about over-the-counter cryptocurrency buys, and we were like, why isn't it affecting the cryptocurrency price if it's going through the blockchain? Cool, got it. But to be able to accumulate, that is 15,100, that's 450,000 Bitcoin per month. Oh, no, sorry. 15,000 Bitcoin per month. Okay, never mind. Okay. It's still a lot. 150,000 per year. Still something. Because I was like, how do you do it? How do you make sure that but they've been doing it for a while now. How do you push prices down and then accumulate and you barely do anything to the price? This also goes into the companies buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin at any given time and then everyone else not really paying attention to them buying so much. That's the Bitcoin long-term diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire holders. Why don't we have those? You know how like we have like in the crypto market, we have whales and we have bears and we have sharks and we have guppies and we have frogs and got tadpoles. Why isn't there like a sapphire hand or like a rock hand? Oh, my friend has rock hands. Like anyway, I'll stop talking now. That's the Bitcoin long-term holders news. The rich people keep buying. Yeah. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Jimmy Jim, American Crypto Academy, Martin Stoyer, Bodie McBoatface, Sam Ratter, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, and let's move on, Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin Ben, Arachno Dave, The Dealer's Den, Captain Something in the Z, Away, Alay, Mobarazi, VB Nerd, 21, Lauren De Silva, Bidded Quody, Good All Troy, K-Space, Miracle Anid, Noster Patter, Williams Navarro, 965 Utopia, PRX High Man Moon, Omor Stone. That's Nostromo backwards. I can't speak English. So, Sun Sarjan, Reader Animal The, Bia Fo, Biblio, okay. Sick Gray Adam, I remember that one. Owl Night Wise, World the 242, Worknet Rollbank, D3, E Cold, Tist R, Crypto. I can't say that one backwards. Setsuna. I No, I definitely can't say that. No, that's definitely a word. Setsuna backwards. Can't say that. Paxis. No, wait, oh, dang it. Nope. Can't. That also nope. Those are letters I can't say. Oh no, I definitely can't say that. Paxis backwards. No, I can't. No. Gardner Jim. That one's easy. Fox Jeremy. Coins Minting. Crypto TS. Staff Corner Monks, Nisfit Time Any, Cakemy Bake, Macho Niza Tigara, Lionel with Crypto On. That was far more difficult than it needed to be. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is what is that? What was that? It was like the like a Prometheus in like an ice cube. What was that? Okay. Thank you all very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment. Thank you to everyone who hit the little notification bell. Everyone who's still here listening to me jabber on about nonsense. I do hope that you sincerely have all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.